Hi everybody, this is Hardball Retro. Welcome to the Retro Dome. Today's game will be APBA Baseball for Windows, version 5.75. This game was originally released back in 1993 as a Windows 3.1 product. Um, there were a number of iterations released in the 90s. That eventually they added the uh, broadcast blast um, to the title, and Ernie Harwell did the voiceovers for the game. um, the original card and dice game dates back to actually was created in the 1930s by J. Richard Seitz, and um, he eventually released the product, formed the company, and released the product in 1951. The APBA is American Professional Baseball Association. Some people call it APBA, some people call it APBA. Um, so the computer version, actually the original computer version was released in 1985 through Random House, and that was for the IBM PC and Apple computers. And then the versions in the 1990s were released, I believe, solely for the IBM PC compatibles. That was done by a company called Miller Associates. Programmers were Kenneth and Roswell Miller. And the version that I'm going to play today, the 5.75, was released in 2012, basically allowed the game to be played on modern computers. Um, so there are four modules, four main modules that come with this game. What I don't have here from the earlier versions, there were some other modules like Wizard that allowed you to create new players. There was the Bill James Baseball Encyclopedia that contained statistics for every player up through, I think the last CD I had was maybe through the 96 or 97 season. So you could easily import players from different seasons, different eras, and so forth. So I'm going to show you each of the modules briefly, and then we'll play a game. So let's just go into, let's start with League Manager. Okay, so on this screen, I've got the 2015. Let's load a different organization here. Let's load this one. This is Hardball Retro 1970s. All right. So you can see I played the first day's worth of games here, and basically it lists out the schedule with the starting pitchers for each day, projected starting pitchers. Just click through here. This is where you would load different organizations' schedule. AIM, Advanced Injury Management. So this is if you want to look at basically schedule your league to allow injuries or fatigue, how quickly the pitchers recover, and what type of durability they have. So obviously pitchers in the early 20th and 19th centuries, they'll go deeper into games, a lot more complete games. You've got scheduling rules over here, what day to start the season on. And then what part of the season it is. So like this one's the regular season, but you can schedule your playoffs here. whether you want interleague, league play, wild card, so on, right? Whether you want to save the box scores or not. You can have the game pause if, for example, if a player is tired or worn out, you might want to pause the game and adjust the lineup. If you leave these unchecked, the computer is going to adjust the lineup based on its best guess as to who should play. So that. I know it's grayed out right now, but if you play out a season, there are rainouts, so you can reschedule those rainouts on available off days for both teams. You can advance the schedule to the next day or the next incomplete day. You can reset the stats. Create a new schedule, import or export a schedule. Highlight search allows you to search on specific things like, players that hit for the cycle, no hitters, players with 3 home runs in a game, that type of thing. League play, this is if you're in a league where you're sending your results back and forth between different players, different owners that also have the game. You can create files and send them across the internet. Let's see here. Rules. So you can set, let's say, like rules for this league. So right now I'm highlighted on one of the American League teams. So I can say, what are the rules for this league? Okay, we have designated hitter. If I click on a National League team down here, right? Designated hitter is unchecked. That one. You can set lineups for each team for a specific game. So if I were to click into here, lineups for team, right? I could adjust. So which lineup do I want to select? I can create new lineups. Cancel that. Oh, this is the one for game. Sorry. For a specific game. Here we go. So if I wanted, let's say in this game, I wanted Cicada to play second base instead of Gantner, right? I could do that. Swap. Oh, this would be to swap him with somebody in the lineup. I think I want to do an insert here. Announce Cicada. There we go. I want to make sure he's highlighted. There we go. Now Cicada's in the lineup. Gonna cancel that because it's just showing you an example there. You can tweak the advanced injury management. You can adjust the status of different players, how often they can play, look at the disabled list. We've got various reports here, different types of box scores. So let's click in. Let's just look at this game, right? Box score. Right. So this is kind of an expanded box score, right? This isn't your standard newspaper style, from at least back in like the pre-USA Today day type of box score. There is a way to get those. So let's see here. Anything interesting happened here? Yeah, a couple home runs. Leon Roberts and Lance Parrish homered. Jack Morris got the win. So what these are, this is the best players for each team that made their debut in the 70s. I think that's the way I had this set up. Let's see. And then basically the designation of the best year that they had. So you know which you're using Steve Kemp from 79, you're using Lance Parrish from 83, so on and so forth, right? Options. Change to newspaper box scores, right? So now if I click into here, right, different looking box score now, right? Same information, but it's different. Like here you've got the doubles, home runs listed out differently here. Okay, so let's just show you if you were in League Manager and you wanted to play multiple games, right? So I can do, where am I? I want to go to next day, I think. Yeah, there we go. Right, so now you see the highlighted days, Tuesday, and there's unplayed games on the schedule. So now I can do play automatic games in the background. All right, now you're going to see these games. It's going to crunch through these games pretty quickly here. Now we want to shut down auto games at end of day. All right, so now this window went away and we're up to, right, it didn't play this set of games yet. So now if I click on this, let's see what happened here. Yankees won 2-zip. Ron Guidry with the shutout. Damaso Garcia and Charlie Spikes with homers. Let's click into a couple other games here. Let's see. Let's look at an NL game. See if there was anything. There, 13-4. Home runs by Easler, Terry Poole, Darrell Thomas, Cliff Johnson, and Joe Sambito came in in relief, 3 scoreless innings. He got the victory. John Matlack gave up 5 runs. Roy Lee Jackson, Jeff Reardon got tagged. So, yeah, Mazzilli had 3 hits for the Mets. Easler and Thomas with 3 RBIs. Cesar Cedeno with his first stolen base. All right, so that's League Manager. You can, from here, you could play a specific game. Basically, there's a lot. This is what you would do if you were playing out a full season. This is where you would do the majority of your management from. I'm going to close out of here. Scooch this over a little bit. All right, now StatMaster. Let's go into StatMaster. Shrink that a little bit. All right, here's my Hardball Retro 70 League. Let's look at standard reports and check the standings. We'll check. Let's just look at batting and pitching leaders for now. I mean, obviously you can see here there's a lot of different options you can display, you can print. Right, so obviously we're only a few games into the season, so not a ton of stuff to look at, but Dan Quisenberry has 2 victories already. A couple guys pitched 10 innings. Obviously, the further you go into the year, the more realistic some of these numbers will look. All right, so Gator had 12 Ks in that first game, so he's the league leader 5 days into the season. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, not much to look at because it's kind of early here. So you do that. You can close out of that one. Let's look at batting leaders. Lyman Bostic, 636, tied with Mickey Hatcher. Dan Dreesen, Tony Armas, obviously, again, very early on in the season. Got some interesting total average, got some interesting statistics that you may or may not be familiar with. John Lowenstein, 9 RBIs. Mike Ivy, 5 doubles already. And 4 homers. Kind of makes sense why he's the RBI leader then. Let's see, anything else of interest? These two guys have 3 multi-hit games already. 4 stolen bases apiece here. All right. So again, get out of that. And here's your standings after, looks like most teams have only played 3 games actually. So, but it is like an expanded standings. Obviously, you get your last 10, your home and away, standings in 1 run and extra inning games, and versus different divisions. So fairly detailed. You can export your reports. And yeah, you've got the save button. You can save these as HTML. All right, we're gonna get out of StatMaster here. Advanced draft, I'm not gonna really go too much detail here. Let's just load the 2015 season redraft. All right, so let's do begin player draft. Initialize new draft. Yes. Sure. Serpentine. Let's just do straight draft. We're not going to do very much of this. 35 rounds. Announce auto GM picks. Yes. Available teams. Team order for draft. Let's just go with that. Okay. Begin draft. All right, so Baltimore selects Bryce Harper. Looks like. Okay. Close that. All right, so basically what you would do is from this list here, I know there's different ways you can sort this list. You can filter on different players. And you're basically going to make your selection. And then when it's your turn to draft, you'll insert a player and that'll add them to your team. I'm not going to go too much in depth in this, but basically if you wanted to create a new league from scratch, this is where you would do it. You can assign a team as a human or a computer GM. So you may want to draft for one team and let the computer pick the rest of the players. There are help windows, fairly detailed. Let's draft help. All right, so you can go through all the help is in the help file here. So how to set up the draft. There's the filter options, reports. You can look at the draft so far. If we pick 2, all right. So we're gonna get out of here. I think we have to end draft somehow first. Let's see. End draft. We can exit. All right. So I'm gonna play. Let's see. Go back into League Manager for a second and load up this league again. And let's do this one. California, New York. League play. Oh, I gotta move to this day first. There's my next day. There we go. So now oh, I think because I have a computer manager assigned. All right, well, let's do this. We'll just play an exhibition game. Cancel out of there. Go here. All right, so we'll just pick 2 teams, play an exhibition. Okay. All right, we'll use the Hardball Retro 1970s organization. Visiting team will be the Angels. Home team will be Yankees. Okay. Yep. That's fine. Do that. The only thing I'll put allow button for hit. I'll turn that on. Not sure if I'll need it, but turn that on anyway. All right. So we have. Probably gonna do Tanana versus Guidry, right? So left-handed lineup. Let's see. We'll just leave the default lineups. Guidry. And we'll pick that as the default lineup here. Hit OK to that.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell, bringing you California Angels Baseball. Glad to have you with us for Big League Baseball. You're on 66 WAPBA. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting California Angels will test the Yankees at home. Their record now, 1-2, having lost 2 in a row. This is the first game in this 3-game series. The Yankees take the field here in the first. Manager Bain sends out his squad this way. Upshaw at first base. Garcia at second. Fishland, the shortstop. Klutz at third. The trio in the outfield. In left is Nordhagen. In center, Torres. And over in right, Spikes. He is behind the plate, batting fourth and DHing Velez. And on the mound for the Yankees, the left-hander, Guidry. This is Guidry's second start of the season. 1 win. No losses. He won on his last outing. After 1 game, his ERA at 0. He's a strikeout pitcher. He will be facing Angels starter, left-hander Tanana. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half. So settle in. We're ready to start this game.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Collins to lead it off for the Angels. The switch hitting Dave will bat right.
You see in the left-hand corner here, we've got our options. And let's see. Yeah, this should be one of these guys here. There we go.
Collins will start the first.
There we go. So now the computer is managing the Yankees. I'm managing the Angels. There we go.
The pitch is on the way. High fly deep to right. Spikes going back. He's there. And makes a one-handed grab. One down. Next batter, Lansford.
So obviously there's no animation, but you get the play-by-play by Harwell.
The pitch comes in just off the plate. And he issues a free pass. That was Lansford's first walk of the season. Next up, California hitter Don.
So I've got choices here. I can hit and run. I can try to steal. Let's try the hit and run.
The pitch comes in.
Shows
Swung
down
on.
here.
Grounded to Klutz at third. Only one play. The long throw to first. Got him. Two down. Lansford moves to second on the play. Two outs first. Inning, one on. We have Butke coming up to hit. Lansford now with an aggressive lead. Gidrick over the offering. Butke doesn't offer, and he draws a free pass, setting up the force. It's now Jackson to bat. He swings from the right side. Runners at first and second. Two down. The runners take their lead. Gidrick comes to him. Chopper back to the mound. Gidrick comes in. Picks it up. Fires to first. And gets him by a step to retire the side. The line for the Angels. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave two. They couldn't get the runners home. Angels, nothing. Yankees coming up. For the Angels, their record now, 1-2. Having lost two in a row. In the league, they enter this game 8th. In batting at 222. On top in stolen bases with 4. The Angels take the field here in the first. Bain has set his opening slate. Butke at first base. Cruz at second. Thon the shortstop. Lansford at third. And the outfield. In left is Collins. In center, Landreau. And over in right, Dade. Harper is behind the plate at DH and batting fifth. Jackson. And on the mound for the Angels, the left-hander, Tanana. This is Tanana's second start of the season. 1 win. No losses. He's coming off a win. After 1 game, his ERA at 3. He can string the K's together. Here's Garcia to lead it off. The pitch. He goes the other way. It's roped hard to right. Dade's after it and takes it on the bounce. Garcia has to hold first. He's on with a single. Fishland advancing to the bat toward New York. Garcia down at first. No one out.
So just to clarify, if I didn't earlier, so the Hardball Retro leagues are based on my book Hardball Retrospective, and these players on each team are based on the specific decade that they made their debut. So this is the Hardball Retro 70s league that I have here. So all of these players made their major league debut in the 70s. And then the number designated next to them is what was their best season in terms of win shares. So, for example, Dickie Thon's best season was 1983. Brian Harper, so even though this is the 70s league, his best season was 93, so that's the year that I used. Frank Tanana's best season was 76, and so on. Obviously, Ron Guidry, 1978. And these are the players that debuted with the, not only debuted with the Yankees, but the Yankees were their original team that they signed with. So, for example, even though Willie Upshaw played pretty much most of his career with Toronto. For the purposes of the book and the leagues that I generated from it, he's a Yankee because that's the team that he signed with, his first pro contract. Um, Obviously, same with Mike Heath. You probably recognize him mostly with the A's. Um, Ken Landreau was primarily on the Dodgers in the 80s, so on and so forth. Lansford a little bit with the Angels, but then with Boston and Oakland. Dave Collins was on the Reds, Yankees, Blue Jays. So anyway, that's the reasoning behind if you're wondering why these players are kind of mashed together. That's the background. So we'll continue on here. We've got Damaso Garcia on first, Mike Fichlin at bat.
First baseman Butke holding the runner on, and Garcia takes off the end of the bat. Foul ball. Strike one.
So for the most part, I have this set up for one pitch, but there are, like a hit and run situation. Somebody fouls the ball off. You basically continue the at bat. Stolen base might happen, wild pitch, so forth.
And the pitch comes in. Fichlin swings and rolls it to the right side. Cruz feels it. No play at second. The quick toss to Butke, and he's gone. And there's one away. Garcia moves up. Upshaw is stepping up to hit against Tanana. One away. Garcia on second for New York.
One other thing I wanted to mention: if you sit here long enough, you'll hear like the hot dog vendor or different things start to happen in the stadium if you kind of walk away for a minute or two. So I may or may not do that, or maybe while I'm speaking here, you'll start to hear the vendors speak. But it's an interesting, it's a nice little addition.
Garcia moves quietly toward third. Tanana brings it. Another wide one. Ball 4. And Upshaw heads down to first. And that sets up the double play. That was Upshaw's first walk of the season. Velez up for New York. Garcia on second. Upshaw on first. One away. Now Tanana comes home with it. Softly hit to left. On. He's out. Collins is racing in and takes it for the out. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. 2 on, the bottom of the first inning. Nordhagen for a hit. The runners take their lead. Tanana kicks and delivers. Popped high to the right side. Cruz drifts back. The runners are moving. He's under it and makes the catch. For the Yankees, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2. They couldn't get the runners home. No score as we go to the top of the second inning. For California, it'll be Harper, Landreau, and Dade. To get it going, Harper.
All right, so before there was Bryce Harper, there was Brian Harper. No relation as far as I know. Both B. Harpers.
Nordhagen says he'll take it, and he covers it. 1 away. Landreau is out to take his hacks. He hits from the left. The pitch. Landreau strokes it sharply toward short. Fichlin into the hole. Plants himself for the long throw. Guns it hard to Upshaw. Got him for the second out. Dade, bat in hand. Here's the pitch. An infield rollabout. Dade. Shortstop Fichlin charges the flip to first for the final out. So the Angels go quietly. No score. The bottom of the second inning coming up. Spikes. He and Klutz to bat next. Here's Spikes to start it off. The pitch comes in. Check swing. He went around. One away. One out. Second inning. He hit. Tanana deals. Lofted to center. Landreau has the range and the bead. And he puts it away. 2 down. Klutz is the next hitter. The pitch right in there. He's called out on strikes. That's 3 away. For the Yankees, 3 up, 3 down. No score. The top of the 3rd inning coming up. Cruz, Collins, and Lansford to bat next. Well, Cruz will lead off the 3rd. He'll bat from the right side this time. And the pitch comes in, grounded to the right side. Upshaw knocks it down. He's up with it. He flips to Guidry, covering for the out. Okay, Collins is stepping up to hit against Guidry. The switch hitting Dave will bat right. 1 down, none on for California. Guidry into the wind. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 2 away. Lansford's up, none on, 2 gone. Guidry to the wind. A healthy cut by Lansford, but he sends it straight up. He flings his mask aside. He's in fair ground. And the ball hits off his mitt. It rolls away. But Guidry is there, and Lansford is on at first. That play was tougher than it looked. He takes the E. On, bat in hand. Guidry rocks and fires. On, drives one down the left field line. It's deep enough if it's fair, and it's long gone. Home run for On, and 2 runs score. So they collect 2 on the On. Homer, his first home run of the season, and the Angels go ahead by 2-0, 3rd inning. And that's his first hit this season. That gives On 3 RBI on the season for California. The first hit in this game. Now at bat, Butke. Guidry deals. Chopper back to the mound. Guidry up with it. Flips to first for the out. The half for the Angels. 2-1-1. So they move in front. Angels up 2-0. Torres, Garcia, and Fischlin to bat next. Torres starts it for the Yankees. He brings it home, wide by a hair. Free ticket to first for Torres. That was Torres' first walk of the season. Next up, New York hitter Garcia. Here's the delivery. Whacked it into right field. Dave's got a long way to go. Still after it. Near the line. He makes a catch. That's out number 1. Torres is tagging. But he won't test his arm here. Fischlin is the next hitter. First baseman Butke holding the runner on. The pitch. Grounded to first. Butke fires to On for 1. And back to first to complete the double play. And that retires the side. That'll do it for New York. No runs on no hits. So they do not tally. Angels stop 2-0. Jackson, Harper, and Landreau to bat next. Jackson will start it off here in the 4th. Right-handed hitter to face Guidry. The pitch, cut on. Ripped to right center. Spikes, gallops for it. He cuts it off. Jackson wisely holds first. And that's his first hit this season. Harper, the hit for the Angels. Bats right. Runner on first, no outs. Gidrick rocks and fires. Strike three. And Harper is hopping mad. He's jumping up and down. No, wait. He's not angry. He's hurt. The pitch hit him. Harper's in pain, but he seems to be okay. And he trots down to first. No one out. Fourth inning, 2 on. Landreau up to bat. Gidrick kicks and delivers. Slashed into the hole. Garcia to his left. And he boots it. No play anywhere. And the bases are loaded. Score that E4 on Garcia. And that's the second error for the Yankees. Nobody out. Fourth inning. Bases loaded. Now Dade to face Gidrick. Infield deep. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Hit down the line inside third. Klutz backhands it. Tags third to get the force. But the run scores. And Dade is on at first. And California increases its lead. It's now 3-0 ball game. Landreau on second. Dade on first. One gone. The top of the fourth inning. Next to bat for California is Cruz, the switch hitter batting right against Gidrick. Here's a pitch from Gidrick. Grounded hard to short. Could be two. Fichlin fields it. Flips to Garcia at second. Over to first. Double play. And they get out of the inning. For the Angels, a run on one hit. One misadventure for the Yankees. One left. They help Tanana a little. Yankees trailing 3-0 and will go to the home half. Well, folks, the clouds have moved in quickly here in New York. Here comes the rain. The umpire's calling time. And they're calling them in.
East side, west side, all around the town. Hopscotch and rain, the roses, London bridges falling down. Boys and girls together, me and Mamie O'Rourke, trip to the light and happy on the east side of baseball.
And they're finally rolling back the tarp. We'll see if these pitches are still fresh. Let's play some baseball. The Yankees now send up the heart of their order to face Tanana, the 3-4-5 hitters. Upshaw, Velez, and Nordhagen. Upshaw will get it started for the Yankees. He's a lefty.
So that was interesting, unexpected rain delay there. And also you got to hear the vendor that I was referring to earlier. I looked it up because I couldn't remember uh, the details there, but it's Tommy Walton, was the famous singing hot dog vendor for the Cardinals at their spring training ballpark in Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg, Florida. So he will, yeah, there. Basically, you'll hear him from time to time uh, selling soda, hot dogs, and so on. Sometimes he'll sing. I believe he sings "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in the seventh inning. So anyway, that's Tommy Walton, and we'll get back to the ball game now.
The pitch from Tanana. Upshaw hits a frozen rope to straightaway center. Right there is Landreau, and he gloves it for the putout. One away. Next up, New York hitter Velez. He brings it home. High fly ball to left. Collins drifts over toward the line. He's under it. And makes the catch. 2 down. The next Yankees batter is Nordhagen, right-hander. Tanana into the wind. Hit in the air to center. Landreau roams over. He's there. Reaches back and makes the catch. 3 away. The Angels retire the side in order after 4. Angels up by 3. California now will send out the top of the order. Collins, Lansford, and Don. Well, Collins will lead off the 5th. The pitch, grounded hard wide of third. Klutz just reaches it. Over to first. In time for the out. 1 away. Lansford is up next. Gidry brings it home. Fastball. It's a number to the left of the mound. Fichlin charges. Picks up the ball barehanded. Then he gets him for the second out. We have Don coming up to hit. The pitch. Fly ball left field. He didn't get all of it. Nordhagen is over, and he brings it down. 3 away. So the Angels are retired in order. Angels over the Yankees 3-0. Spikes, Heath, and Klutz to bat next. Here's Spikes to start it off. The pitch, base hit right field. Dave takes it on one bounce, and Spikes is on with a single. All right, for New York. Spikes on first, no one out. He walks up. He bats right. The pitch, he lines one to right. Dave going back. It drops. He will play it on the hop. Spikes is heading to third. Here's the throw. The relay. He makes it. He takes second on the throw. Dave, the Angels right fielder, he was just a little casual making that play. And the Yankees took advantage. Scored out a single for Heath. All right, right-handed batter Klutz. Steps up to face Tanana for New York. 2 on, first base is open. No one out. Infielders in. Spikes steps off third. Tanana comes to him. Swung on. In the air to the left side. Don is backing up quickly. He's under it. And he brings it down. 1 away. Spikes has to hold third. Torres now walks out to bat. The Yankees have Spikes and he at third and second. 1 away. Down by 3. Infielders in. At third, Spikes takes a short lead. Here's a pitch from Tanana. And it gets by Harper. He scrambles for the ball. Spikes races home. He scores. And he moves to third. And they score that a wild pitch. The Yankees are on the board, nicking at that lead. He takes his lead at third. Tanana into the wind. Tanana loses him, and he trots down to first. And there are runners at the corners. Next to bat for New York is Garcia from the right. Yankees with runners at the corners, 1 out. Infielders back. The runners take their lead. The pitch popped high to the right side. Butke is backing up, moves under it, and makes the catch. And that's the second out. 2 gone, 5th inning, 2 on. New York now sends Fichlin to bat. The runners take their lead. The pitch wide of the mark, and Fichlin walks. The bases are loaded, and that moves the tying run into scoring position and puts the go-ahead run on first. That was Fichlin's first walk of the season. Ducks on the pond. Upshaw now walks out to bat. He bats left-handed. The pitch inside. Ball 1. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Easy bounce at a Cruz. He scoops it up. Over to Bond, covering second for the third out. The line for the Yankees, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 3. The damage could have been a lot worse, but still trailed by 2. Yankees on the short end, 3-1. The Angels will have Butke, Jackson, and Harper here in the 6th. Here's Butke to lead it off.
All right, so 3-1 ball game, top of
Get your
6.
popcorn and peanuts right here. We got groovers and grabbers and hot dogs, all kind of popcorn that ain't been popped. You'll find it right in the bag. Popcorn, peanuts.
The pitch, whistle to right. In there for a hit. Spikes is over quickly, bobbles the ball momentarily, but Butke isn't buying it. He sticks to first for the single. Butke on at first. Jackson is stepping up to hit against Gidry. He's a right-handed batter. Gidry over the offering. Grounded weakly to Fischlin. He charges. He's up with it. Looks at second. Pumps. He'll go to first. 1 away. Butke moves up. Harper will bat next for California. Runner on second. 1 down. Gidry rocks and fires. Breaking ball. Bounce past Gidry. Fischlin is over. Makes a pickup. Throws quickly. 2 down. Butke holds. 2 gone. 6th inning. 1 on. Here's Landreau to take his swings. The pitch grounded deep into the hole. Fischlin is over. Stabs for it. He stops it. Long throw to first, and that retires the side. That'll do it for California. Nothing across. No errors. They leave 1. After 5.5, it's still 3-1. Angels. Velez, Nordhagen, and Spikes to bat next. Velez leading it off. Tanana now swung on. Big K, and Velez is retired. 1 down. 1 gone. 6th inning. Right-handed batter Nordhagen now walks out to bat. The pitch. There's a bouncer to the left side, right where Bond is stationed. He takes his time with a peg and puts Nordhagen away easily. 2 away. 2 away. 6th inning. Spikes up the bat. Now the pitch. A bouncer back of second. Fielded by Cruz. He throws in time for the final out. So the Yankees are retired in order. The score still stands 3-1. Yankees down as we head for the top of the 7th inning. Dade, Cruz, and Collins to bat next. To get it going for the Angels here, Dade. He's a right-handed batter. And now the pitch. Check swing. Ball 4, and he trots down to first. That was Dade's first walk of the season. All right, runner on first. Cruz will bat next for California.
Well, let's take a look at our pinch hitting options here, right? Go to here. Do we have anybody that can play second if I remove Cruz? We do. We have Griffin, so we can click on any of these guys. It brings up their stats. And got Aikens off the bench, but he's a lefty. Bosley's a lefty. Mullenix is a lefty. And
Get
what's
your
Cruz's?
popcorn and peanuts right here. We got groovers and grabbers and hot dogs, all kind of popcorn that ain't been popped. You'll find it right in bag. Popcorn, peanuts.
We're going to let Cruiser bat, I think. Cancel out of there.
The pitch drilled to the left side. Right at Fischlin. This should be 2. Flips the ball to Garcia. Related Upshaw. Yes, the twin killing.
Ugh.
Collins is up next.
All right. Maybe we should have put the runner in
He cranks
motion.
and fires. Rip and a miss by Collins. And that's a strikeout. That's 3 away.
Doesn't matter.
The half for the Angels.
Pitcher's duel
0-0.
going on here.
The score still stands 3-1. Angels as we head for the bottom of the 7th inning. Okay, all you Angels fans listening at home, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. Tanana will now face the bottom of the Yankees lineup. He, Klutz, and Torres coming up. To get it going for the Yankees here, he bats from the right. Yankees skipper Robinson walking down the bench. He's going to his bench. For those of you scoring at home, he will leave the game for the Yankees. Orge will bat in his place. Bats right. He shoulders a bat and heads toward the plate. Here's Orge coming to the plate. Orge good at the plate. To date, 2 for 9.
All right, well,
Now
that's
the
interesting.
pitch. Orge nubs it in front of home. Harper pounces on it.
Replaces
Drops
a righty with a
Picks
righty.
it up again and makes the throw to first. In time, 1 down. All right. Klutz gets set to bat against Tanana. The pitch. Klutz pounds it on the ground to short. On is there. The throw over. And in time, 2 away. Well, it's now Torres to bat. Tanana winds up. He works it to right. Not very deep. Dade coming on, and he one-hands it to retire Torres. 3 down. For the Yankees, 3 up, 3 down. We've played 7. Yankees still down by 2. Here come the big guns for the Angels. Lansford, on, and Butke. Narron is now catching for New York. Robinson takes Orge out of the game. Okay. Lansford will start it off here on the 8, and he hacks from the right. He delivers, driven to the gap in right. Spikes can't get there. It falls in. Lansford is headed for second. He's digging. The throw from Torres. He lays the tag on him. Safe. The ump signals safe. A double for Lansford. For Lansford is first. Double of the season. Okay, folks, listen up. We have Don coming up to hit. He hits from the right. For California. No outs. Runner on second.
All right, well, here's our chance to knock Guidry out of the game, right? Let's see what happens.
Lansford moves quietly toward third. He doubled to lead it off. He brings it home. Breaking ball. Bounce past Guidry. Fichlin is over. Makes a pickup. Throws quickly. 1 away. Lansford holds. 1 gone. 8th inning. 1 on. Here's Butke to hit for the Angels. Guidry looks back at Lansford on second. The pitch comes in. Way outside. Butke draws a base on balls. The Angels have 1 away. Lansford on second. Butke on first. Jackson will bat next for California. A right-sider. Guidry deals. Lifted high to right. Spikes chasing it down and takes it in. Both runners are tagging. The coach is waving him to third. He's throwing to third, and the runners safe easily. Butke retreats and holds first. 2 away. Runners at the corners toward California. The top of the 8th inning. Right-handed hitter Harper gets set to bat against Gidrick. Gidrick glances over his shoulder at third. Gidrick brings it to the plate. Easy bounce out of Garcia. He feels it. Over to Michelin, covering second. For out number 3. The half for the Angels. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 2. They cannot add to their lead. Angels over their Yankees 3-1. And they'll try to protect that lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the order here for New York in the 8th. Garcia, Michelin, and Upshaw. Garcia to lead it off for the Yankees. The delivery, and it's pulled hard to left. It's deep enough if it's fair. Fair ball. Home run for Garcia.
Ooh, that makes things really interesting now.
So they collect the solo homer, his second home run of the season, and the Yankees are sneaking up on the Angels. They are within 1. Score now 3-2. That gives Garcia 2 RBI on the season. We have right-handed Michelin to bat for the Yankees. No outs, a run in. He comes home. Slow bounder up the middle. On is over. Good bounce. The throw to first. Bounces in the dirt. Butke scoops it. And they get him. 1 down.
Well, let's look at
1
our
down. The next Yankees batter is Upshaw. He's a left-handed batter.
pitching options here. So let's just see. It'll probably be LaRoche. Sid. Yeah, he had a heck of a season in '79. Hassler. So they're all lefties pretty much. Kirkwood is our lone right-handed reliever, I think. So, all right. We're keeping the lefty in to face Upshaw.
Here comes the pitch. Upshaw swings. That it's lifted to right. A routine chance for Dade. And that's all for Upshaw. 2 away. We have Velez, the bat for the Yankees, batting in the 4th slot. 2 gone. Tanana winds up. Healthy cut by Velez. Base hit right field. And Velez will hold it first as the throw comes into second. He's on with a single. The tying run is on. 1 on, the bottom of the 8th inning. Nordhagen to hit.
I think we're going to go to the righty here. Don Kirkwood.
And here comes Angels manager Bain. He's asking Tanana for the ball. Pitching change for California. Righty Kirkwood will take over and face Nordhagen. So Tanana gets his innings. He pitched 7 2/3. The game for Tanana, 2 runs. So far, on 5 hits, a homer, 4 walks. He struck out 3. He's responsible for the runner. He'll win it if they hold the 1-run lead. For Kirkwood, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's looking for 1 out. It's his game to save. 1 on. The bottom of the 8th inning. Nordhagen to hit.
So, if you're wondering why Ernie Harwell is able to pronounce my last name as the manager, if memory serves, there was an option for one of the versions of this game in the mid 90s where you could reply and basically ask them to add your name to the game. So yes, there's a Harold Baines, but there's no Bain. in baseball, in the history of baseball, at least in the majors. So I did that, and my name is in the game now, last name anyway. So don't think that is an option any longer.
Popcorn and peanuts right here. We got groovers and grabbers and hot dogs, all kind of popcorn that ain't been popped. You'll find it right in bad. Popcorn peanuts.
Space on the right. Now the pitch. Nordhagen swings. This is a big league fly ball. Center field. If it comes down, he's out. This should do it. He brings it down for the final out. For the Yankees, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They lead 1. They score, but still trail by 1. Angels leading by 1. 3-2. Yedrick will now face the bottom of the Angels lineup. Landreau, Dade, and Cruz coming up.
So
Landreau to lead it off for the Angels.
That was a close call there. Now, like we said, I don't have many right-handed options off the bench, so Landreau is going to hit for us here.
Yedrick kicks and deals, hit in the air to center. Torres takes 3 steps to his right, taps the glove. He has it 1 away.
Especially in a close game, I want him out there
Next
defensively.
Up, Dade, batting 8. The pitch popped a mile high. Narron throws off his mask. He's there, takes a step back, and brings it down. 2 away. Cruz gets set to face Yedrick. The switch hitting Julio will bat right.
Well, let's try this. Pinch hitter. Griffin. There we go. It won't allow me to announce him. Why not? What am I doing wrong here? All right, I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. I'm just gonna hit. So I gotta...
The pitch. There's call 3rd strike. Right down the pipe. 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through the 9th. The score still 3-2. Yankees trail. For New York, it'll be Spikes, Narron, and Klutz. Okay, here's Spikes to start it off. Right-handed hitter to face Kirkwood.
All right, righty versus righty. We're gonna leave Kirkwood in.
Yankees skipper Robinson walking down the bench.
Aha.
Trying to make it happen.
Let's see.
And Spikes is stepping out of the box. Manager Robinson is sending in a pinch hitter. Who is it? Oh, it's Bergman. He'll face the right-hander. He shoulders a bat. Bergman walking up the bat. The Yankees can count on him today at bat. 1 for 7.
Oh, guess what? You're not facing the right-hander. Facing the left-hander. It'll let me bring him in. There we go.
Pitching change for California. Bain sends Manji to the hill. So Kirkwood goes only 1/3 of an inning. For Manji, this is his first appearance. He's a southpaw. It's his game to save. Bergman to face Manji, a very steady hitter. On the season, 1 for 7.
So Sid Manji's coming on, facing Dave
The
Bergman.
pitch, cut on. Ripped to right center. Dade gallops for it. He cuts it off. Bergman wisely holds first.
Ooh.
The tying run is on. Narron walking up the bat, unreliable at the plate. Yankees skipper Robinson walking down the bench. Trying to stir up a little magic. Guerrero has a bat in his hands. He'll step in for Narron to face the left-hander.
Does he even have a third catcher? Interesting.
Guerrero getting ready to go. Mario can be dangerous. This is his 3rd game so far this season. Nothing in 7 trips. The pitch, Guerrero pounds it on the ground. Cruz stops it on one hop. Shovels it on for the force, and he leaps over Bergman and guns it to first. In time for the double dipper.
Nice.
Klutz up.
Well, he's got the platoon advantage here. Let's see what happens.
Manji to the wind. That's batted to the right side. Batke feels it. And he beats Klutz to first. And that's the last out of the game. And the Angels take it, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of Bain. The excitement is complete. California shuts down the Yankees. Bats with a 6 hitter. They only had 4 themselves. Here's the line for the Angels. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. They leave 6 for the Yankees. 2 runs on 6 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they leave 6. Tanana gets his second win. His record now 2-0. Gidry falls to 1-1. The save goes to Manji, his first. So the Angels gain a step for the Angels. Overall, they now stand at 2-2. The Yankees now with 3 losses in a row. In the next game, they'll go after the Yankees again. And this game is in the books. This is WAPBA and Ernie Harwell saying so long from New York. Final score? California Angels 3, New York Yankees 2.
All right, that is the ball game. We can take a look at the box score here. Just a quick look. Ditithon with the 2-run homer. Aldade with the RBI. Tanana, 7 2/3 strong. And Manji with the save for the Yankees. Damaso Garcia, 2 hits and a homer. And that was pretty much it. Guidry goes the distance, takes the loss. So that, folks, is at least an overview of APBA Baseball 5.75. Go ahead to apbagames.com and check it out. And that's all I've got for today. So keep playing ball, and we'll see you next time.